touches the floor? What does not touch? How does your low back feel? And also, as you are resting, does your chin pull away from the chest without support? And if so, I invite you to put a little bit of support under your head so the back of the neck is not tight. So ideally, our chin is moving slightly towards the chest. Now, as you came to rest on your back also, did you place your palms facing up or down? If the palms are facing down, that might indicate a little tension across the upper chest, the pec majors in particular, simply pulling the front of the arm bone inward. So that just feels more natural. Your shoulder blades, are they touching the floor evenly? And then the back of the head. Again, you may have elevated it up. What part of the skull rests on the floor? And now I invite you to take your arms out. I'm going to join you on the mat so that they are a little bit higher than the shoulders. We begin by simply lengthening out through the right heel. Press the right heel out. And then let that go. Press the left heel out. And let that go. Right heel again, but take your right hip with you. Relax. Let us gently move from side to side. So that not only the heel draws out, but the hip goes down with it. As you press out through the heel and the hip slides down, do you have the same amount of jigginess on both sides? What happens if you contract the opposite waist as you press out through the heels? Do you get a little bit more sacral slide? So the knees stay straight. Movement is from the pelvis. You are simply pressing out through the heel and the hip will slide down, but keeping the knees straight and completely passive. And the next time you finish on the left, you come back to center, just pause. And then reach your right arm back. Stretch, open the hand, stretch into the fingers, and then let that go. Reach the left arm back. My blanket is getting in my way, so I'm going to turn it around. Reaching the left arm back, stretch the palm open, and let that go. And move from side to side one more time, just the arm, stretch out through the palm and fingers. And then on the next time on the right, take your ribs with you. Right ribs travels back. So the whole shoulder blade moves further back, and then let that go. Inhale, left side, reach the arm back. And take the ribs with you and then let it go. From side to side. Let your head be completely passive, just gently rolling from side to side as you facilitate rib mobility for shoulder mobility. Now begin to add the same side leg. So as you reach out through the right hand, also reach out through the right heel. Let it be easy. And again, invite the contraction in on the opposite side. So on the side that you are not lengthening, pull the hip towards the armpit and then letting that go. And how does that change the movement? Next time after you complete on the left, reach out through all four corners. So heels and hands both. Slide the arms down to cactus arms and then bend the knees up. Bend the knees up. Now on the in-breath, arch the low back, chin draws towards the chest. And exhale, slowly release to neutral. Take a breath in for nothing. And exhale, flatten the low back, hollow out the belly, and I invite you to draw the pelvic floor up too. And slowly release. Take a full breath in and out. And on the next in-breath, repeat. Arch. Chin moves to chest. Exhale, floating slowly back. Breath in and out. Sorry, in and exhale, flatten. Flatten with the pelvic floor drawing up. Slowly release. And again, take a full breath cycle here. One more time. Inhaling an arch. And exhale. Return to neutral. Breath in for nothing. And flatten. Hollow out the belly. So Mula Bandha and Uddiyana Bandha. And slowly release. Now we're going to take the hands under the head, and if you have a blanket, you may find that, or pillow under the head, that you can move it, and that the height of the hands will suffice. Now I am adding the arch and curl. At this point, it is not in the sequence initially taught by TS, but what this one does, it gets our front seam lifted up. It gets our ribs pulled off the hips, especially that tightness up the front. It gets the sternum lifted up where we want it, so we can breathe easier. So inhale and we arch. Elbows draws towards the earth. And then exhale, flattening, draw the elbows in, curling up. Hold the low back down as you slowly release the head. Once the head is down, let's relift the elbows. And then slowly, slowly, still going down, slowly, slowly, slowly down. Once down, everything cools. And then let's repeat, and we'll add the start and stop. Inhaling, arch. And exhale, flattening, draw the elbows in as if they had magnets, curling up. Lift the top of the shoulders. Inhale about a third down. And then as you exhale, lift up an inch or two. And we inhale, we draw down another third. Exhale, lift again, an inch or two. And then coming down almost all the way. Exhale, we lift again. And now releasing the head down. Once the head is down, relift the top of the shoulders. And now lower the elbows about a third. About a third. And then inhale, relift the elbows another inch or so, not much. Lower down another third. As you exhale, inhale, relift an inch-ish. And we exhale, we lower almost all the way down, but not fully. And then lift one more time. Lift the elbows, so not just the outer attachment. And then slowly, slowly as you can, lower the last bit down. Once down, let everything cool. And we'll do that one more time. Inhale, arch. Exhale, flatten. Elbows in, curling, chin to chest, top of the shoulders up. Inhaling a third down. And exhale, just an inch. Notice what that is. Inhaling another third down. Vertebra by vertebra. And then lift an inch. And then last third, so almost all the way, but not quite. Relift. And now slowly, the last bit down. So that really gets the upper attachment of the darn psoas. It pulls everything together. Now let's relift the elbows. Squeeze them in. And then inhale, release the elbows about a third. So needless to say, the slower you breathe, the slower you move. On the out breath, relift an inch. Feel the recontraction. Releasing another third. And then relift an inch. Lowering another third, almost all the way, but not quite. Just slightly hovering. We're going to relift one more time. And then slowly release all the way down. I take the arms out. And pause. How are your shoulders resting? Reaching out through the right arm, slide the knuckles a little bit further away, and then let it slink back in. Slide the right arm out again, the knuckle slide, and let it come in. So the shoulder blade slides away from the spine and back in. A lot of shoulder thingies happens because the shoulder blades are not sliding freely on the back. Back and forth. And let's switch to the left side. Lengthen out through the fingers, slide the knuckles, and relax back in. Stretch the slinky a little bit, but not overly so. And you're feeling some of the fascial connection maybe in your arm. And these fascial connections are not just in the arms, but they connect clear across the chest, the heart, and the lungs are all encased in this fascia. So if there's tightness across the front of the shoulders, there's tightness around the heart and lungs as well. Now reach the arms out as far as you can. And then draw the low back towards the floor. And we begin to lift the arms. I'm going to count to 20 as you slowly lift the arms up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Arms touching. And then slide the right palm up, left down, and switch. Let's go back and forth. So now one shoulder blade moves towards the spine and the other one away from the spine. Easy peasy. Let your head again just be completely passive. And then bring the palms together. Now they're going to stay together. Let the palms will go right, but the nose will go left. Keep the elbows straight, so a little counter twist. And coming back to center, only going to one side, so palms right, nose left. Small movements, keeping the palms touching. Notice how your right elbow might like to bend a little bit, and you go nay, 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 nay. We're unsticking the ribs a little bit. Don't be worried about how far you go. And then next time you come up to the middle, we're going to switch to the other side. Palms left, nose right. Smooth and easy. Keep the elbows straight so they're locked out. Palms pressing together. And remind yourself, Gentle effort, no strain. No strain. Just move in an easy and relaxed way. And as you come up to center, now simply bend the elbows and clasp the elbows, holding them right up in front of your chest. And then slide the elbows from side to side. Let the nose go opposite. This is called the typewriter, which you may understand why, but if I told my kids, they're like, what? I am so glad that we have all passed typewriters. I failed miserably the typewriting course. My teacher looked at me with such pity and despair of my typewriting skills. And then coming back to center, let's take the arms back up to the top. Palms together, reaching up again. And now I'm going to count us down on 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Did your arms come down at the same time? It's funny, isn't it? Slide the legs out and pause. Notice how your shoulders, your neck, ribs complex in particular are resting. And then bending up the knees. And then rolling over onto your right side. So here, a blanket for your head so that the head is not dropping. 2 blankets may feel better than 1. So we're going to take a little bit of time to get ourselves set up well. And then you'll take your arms out in front. The rising sun move. So we'll repeat what we just did. Let the top arm, so I'm rolled onto my right side. I'm on my right side. If you're on your left, don't worry about it. So the top arm is going to be my left, slide it forward and back. So the bottom arm is completely passive. I just go back and forward. So again, getting my rib cage mobilized. Get my shoulder blades mobilized. So now slide the palm as far forward as is comfortable for you. And then begin to lift the hand up. Follow the thumb with your gaze. As you come up, go to where that you feel there's some restriction. And then we just close it back up again. The sun is setting. Palms comes together. I slide the hand forward again. Reach. Draw the arm up. I follow it. And I don't push, I don't force. And the sun begins to set. Palms comes together. And just slide the hand forward. And the sun rises again. Follow the thumb as best as you can with the nose, but we are asking, it's a big twist. One way, and as you get again to the end point, begin to let the sun set. Letting the sun set. Again, slide the palm forward. Reaching. Following. Just let maybe your top knee begin to lift. You'll get a little closer to the ground. We do it one more time, lifting the arm up. And then the next time, or this time, as you come up and all the way around, now let your top arm just come to rest on the floor as you bring your legs back to center, and just straighten out the legs and pause. Notice what changed. And then without a lot of fuss, let's roll onto the other side, and I'm going to come all the way around so I can keep an eye on the wildy bunch you are. If it's uncomfortable for your knees, of course, just put a pillow or some blanket between those as well. So always take measures to be comfortable. We started by just sliding the top arm back and forth, making it easy. And then begin to let the sun rise. And don't be super eager. This is our first go. The moment you begin to feel more of a stretch, wherever, just say time for the sun to set. When we force a stretch continuously, the Golgi tendon reflexes in our muscle. Slide the palms forward before you lift off again. The Golgi tendon reflexes tightens the muscles. It's a protective mechanism. But it also resets the resting release, the resting tension on the muscle to a higher degree if we continuously stretch, forcefully stretch a muscle. So instead, here we're releasing more so than stretching, moving the resting tension down. When the resting tension is lower, all of the movement in our body is easier. There's a lot of movement that's not muscle movement. Our blood has to move, our lymph has to move, our nerve electrical impulses has to move, food has to move. Things are being secreted and flowing, but if there is tightness and congestion, nothing flows quite as easily as we would like it to. So just create space, back and forth. Move at a pace that's easy and comfortable. And with each sunrise, the sun travels a little bit further, across the horizon. Do it one more time. Very meditative, isn't it? Like taking a little mind break from all the crazy. And then from the fully involvement, let's come on to your back again. Pause and feel. Let's come all the way onto the belly. So rolling onto the belly. As we come onto our abdomen, let's hit the left arm all the way down. And take the right hand, bend it up so that you can rest your left temple or cheek on the back of your right hand. If this is uncomfortable for your neck, rest your head any way that's comfortable. Now, as you inhale, lift just the head, looking over your right shoulder. And slowly release down. As you lift, so take a breath here. Now the next in-breath again, lift the head, let your hips lift up. Let them be a little buoyant. It will facilitate your head lift. Slowly release down. One more time. Head and hips. Easing down. Let everything cool. Now pressing the hips down, tailbone towards the heels as you inhale and lift the head and the arm. And slowly lower down. Let's take a buffer breath. In and out. And we lift again. Hips down, head up. Add a little bit of a rotation if it's available. Lifting the elbows a little higher and lowering down. So very similar to our diagonal arch and curl, except we're moving against gravity now. Let's take a buffer breath. And one more time. Inhale, lifting. And lift the elbow a little higher, get a little rotation. And we lower down. Taking a buffer breath. Let's add the left leg. So right arm, left leg, diagonal lift. Inhaling. Up you come. And again, is there a little rotation of the spine? Lowering down. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Buffer breath. Lifting. Rotating. And lowering down. One more time. On the in-breath, when you're ready, gentle effort, no strain. And lowering down. Buffer breath. And now simply take your left arm up, place it on top of the right. That'll help you lift the head. Turn it to the other side. Take the right arm down. And I am once again going to flip about. So the chin or your temple just rest on the back of your hand. Inhaling, lift the head, looking over the shoulder. And here the hips are a little jiggy. Slowly lower down. So you're looking at your left elbow. Yes. Buffer breath. Inhale, lift the head. Looking over the shoulder. Slowly release down. The cervical spine, the neck, is where we, at least in theory, have the most rotation. 60-some%. One more time. But if we have more of a forward head posture, we lose that rotation. And the muscles of the neck are shortened and weak. So by this simple event, we begin to re-lengthen these muscles. Let's put a little bit more load on it. Press the hips down. Inhale. This time, take the arm up with you. And slowly lower down. Buffer breath. And inhale, lift again. Add a little rotation. Lift the elbow a little higher. And come down. Buffer breath. Again. Little rotation. And release. Buffer breath. And we are ready for the grand finale, adding the right leg. When you're ready on the in-breath, arm, head, and leg with a little rotation. And lower down. Again, take a full breath in and out. And we have at it again. So while this does certainly strengthen our low back, it also helps release the muscles that are stuck long. And it releases the muscle that are locked short on the front. I think there's one more in there. On your in-breath, lift, slight rotation. And down we come. And pause. Take the right arm up, place it on top of the left, forehead facing down. So our cobra crocodile. Tuck the toes under, walk the toes to the nose. And then inhale, press the heels back and lift the head, lift the heart, draw the belly button up towards the spine, towards the heart. And slowly release down. Let everything cool. And we'll do that again. Tuck the toes under. Press the hips down as you press the heels back. And inhale, lift the head, lift the heart. Draw the belly button up, 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 up. Legs are long and strong. And slowly releasing down. Everything pulls. And then without a lot of fuss, we'll find our way onto our back again. Stretch the legs out, pause. What do you think? Body, breath, mind. We'll bend up the knees. And then the head, I take that back, the washcloth. So this is not Tiasis. He does the knees, but he does not do the arms. But I think this one is so amazing. That and the flowering arch and curl. So let's get the washcloth going. Rolling the arms up, that's our arch. And return to neutral. Let's do that a couple of times. Inhale, arms rolls up. As you arch, so the low back lifts, chin pulls to the chest. Let's do it one more time. This draws the shoulder blades down the back. So now, let's roll the arms down towards the legs. Chin will lift, low back presses down, and let that go. Repeating. And letting it go. One more time on the out breath, flattening the back, roll the arms down, shoulders will lift, and we let go. So that went really well. You guys are pros. Now we're going to do the one of each. So let's take the right arm rolls up, left arm down, and now we turn the head towards the right arm. And return to center. Inhale, roll the arms opposite. Now you're looking at your left arm. So here's the name, the washcloth. You feel you're wringing out across the arm line. Back and forth. And we're ready to add the legs. Drop the knees opposite of the side you're looking to. Exhaling up to center. Both palms facing up at center. Inhaling, we go down to the other side. And there's our arch. Back up. Inhaling down, moving in a smooth and easy way. This movement here really is sort of a everything move. So if in doubt, it's a good one to add along with the arch and flatten. As he gets not just the spine moving, but mobility in the hips and the shoulders, so that this complex has a little bit more move and ease. Two more times. And as always, I invite you to keep your eyes closed as you practice. I say that now, I know, at the end. But it helps us keep our awareness within. And so as you return to neutral, two more movements today. So one is the only one we do just for the neck. Let's interlace the hands behind the head. Now lift the chin up slightly, or draw the low back down. So the spine, it stays in the same position. On the in-breath, lift the chin towards the sky, towards the sky. And slowly, slowly lower down. We're getting the deep neck flexors. Again, if the head is forward off our shoulders, and it is for almost everybody to some degree, these are the ones that begins to shorten along with the rotators, and those we're going to tend to right now. Let's turn the head to the right. So your imaginary teacup is now sitting on your left temple. Again, draw the low back towards the floor. Hold it there as you lift the side of your head straight up. Keep the elbows wide. And then slowly lower down. Draw, slowly turn the head. Look to the left. Again, flatten the low back and lift the side of the head so it stays parallel to the earth. And slowly, slowly lower down. We return to center, and we're going to bookend with what we started with. Take a breath in for nothing. Exhale, flattening, and lift the chin straight up. So the hands are just merely supporting the weight of the head, but it is the muscles of the neck that lifts us up. We let everything pull. Take the arms out. Take them down alongside, about 45 degrees out. So not up at the shoulders and not out. And then bend the knees and walk the feet in. A little bit more shoulder mobility. We'll take a breath in for nothing. And then as you exhale, flatten the back. Now roll the arm in. So the back of the hands and arms are pressing against the side of your body and the hips. And then inhale, let everything just release back open. Let's do that one again. Exhale, rolling the arms in. So the whole front body is squeezing together. So we are doing an active red light. And then release the red light. The contraction and tension on the front body. Take a breath in and out. And then on the next in breath, green light, so rolling the arms out as you arch. Contract the back seam. And releasing back to neutral. Buffer breath. Again, inhale, arch, rolling the arms out so the shoulder blades are now drawing towards one another. And we relax back to neutral. Buffer breath. And let's combine these two. We'll start with a breath in for nothing. And then exhale, rolling the arms in, the red light first. Exhalation, squeeze the front, spread the shoulder blades. And inhale, out to neutral. Now take a breath in and out. And inhale, arch. The green light. Shoulder blades pulls together, chin towards the chest. And exhale slowly, slowly, slowly. Release. Buffer breath. And one more time, breath in for nothing. Exhale, contract the front, rolling the arms in. Press the legs together. And then relax. Buffer breath. Inhale, arms rolls out, shoulder blades pulls together, arch. And we release. Let's slide the legs out long. Shake everything out a little bit so that you are resting very comfortable. That was a balanced move where both sides of the body was activating at the same time. So you always want to end with a move that does that and not a halfer, like the washcloth or the rising sun. Now let the breath be full and deep. A sense of melting. And continuing to release, just using the breath. Now let your breath deepen. Wiggle fingers and toes. We'll take the arms out overhead and stretch. Press out through the heels, press out through the arms. Rolling over onto the right or left side. Use your top arm hand to press into the floor. Just take your time sitting up. This always produces a really interesting hairdo, doesn't it? Like an added poof. We'll bring our palms together. Much gratitude for me allowing, or you allowing me to share these sequences with you. I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving holiday. Namaste. And I shall unmute